Funnily enough, John, I was at dinner last night, and there was a discussion of Wall Street CEOs, and not a terribly favorable one. Tell us about the numbers, first of all.
Yeah, well, I think most Americans would agree. I mean, based on our poll findings, we found that even, here we are 9 years after the financial crisis, and the industry and, market CEOs are still viewed in a pretty negative light. Only about less than a third of Americans view them in a favorable way.
So, okay, that's on Wall Street. What about CEOs? Because a lot of the Wall Street CEOs have been very vocal about what they think is missing from the current environment and why they can't get done what they need to get done. Jamie Dimon being the latest example.
Yeah, no, well, Wall Street banks and corporate executives basically had the exact same number in our poll in terms of net favorability. 31% viewed favorably by Americans. So both groups sort of had the same number. Not very good, even sort of worse score than the President of the United States is getting right now.
And it's funny, too, because another finding of the poll is that who this country has elected as president notwithstanding, people generally don't have a good opinion of billionaires.
Yeah, we thought it'd be interesting to ask this question because we have our first billionaire president. So we asked, do you trust, do you more distrust or admire billionaires in general? And of course, once you talk to the poll participants, it depends a little bit on the billionaires. I talked to some who love Bill Gates. They think he does a lot for America. But basically, we found a majority distrust billionaires more than they admire them. And so, yeah, if you're a billionaire who's also on Wall Street, your numbers are not very good right now.
And John, I'm curious when you talk about the Wall Street CEOs in particular, as we mentioned, Wall Street has been trying to make some efforts to improve their image. What have they been doing, and maybe why hasn't it been working?
Well, I mean, they're trying to reach out on a variety of issues, education, other sort of topics that you wouldn't normally traditionally associate with Wall Street executives. But it may be somewhat landing on deaf ears because, again, if the American public is pretty skeptical about this group to begin with. They think, they're just out for their own industry. The message may really have a hard time getting through to the public if there's this high level of skepticism from the messenger.